while. Welcome to Social. Let's run it back. Real quick. Welcome to Swole Initiative Network. It's so good to see you, and you, and you, and you. I told you never to come back around here again. Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, Chip.
Get out of here.
I want you to get.
No, just come up. You can come back. We are on.
Killed Chip.
Nice, buddy.
Yeah,
This is obviously a Call of Cthulhu stream. We're playing a Call of Cthulhu campaign that mingles Appalachian horror with some Lovecraftian shenanigans titled The Hollow. This is session 5. If you are new to this stream, don't worry about it. We'll get caught up. Feel free to jump on in. And yeah, I'm gonna kick it to. Oh god, I have you all lined up in a line, so I don't know. You know what?
Other way.
Hey.
Me?
Yeah, that's you.
Is it meant to be me?
Yeah.
It's meant to be you.
Yeah. Okay, just checking. Welcome, guys, and big shout out to our first brand partner, the wonderful Norse Foundry, providing us with all of our gemstone and metal dice that we roll on and off the stream, and also their amazing library of royalty-free DMCA free music that you can stream on your streams. I stream, you stream, we all stream for Norse Foundry. And yes, ad-libbing. So check them out at all of your streaming platforms, and also at norsefoundry.com you can save with discounts at the checkout.
Bets.
That's me. If you get that reference, you probably need to take some ibuprofen. Anyways, also big shout out to Griffin Co., where all of our 3D printed and custom terrain comes from the incredible folks over at Griffin Co. And you can check them out with the code SWOLE22, and you can get 22% off at griffinco.com. Yeah. Eric.
Oh. Which brings us to our last sponsor, our incredible brand partner and official sponsor to Fables of Gallia and this show as well. But the one and only Hero Forge. All of our custom player minis come from the awesome Hero Forge. Make sure to design yours today on heroforge.com, where you can customize any of your minis. You can have them print for you and send to your home. If you have a 3D printer, you can download your own files and print them at home. Go wild with Hero Forge.
Go ham.
I think that's their official slogan. Nowadays.
Motherfucker.
Ham. Go ham is their official.
Go ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Ham tar.
I actually
ham.
I have the entirety of the Fables of Gallia, their new minis, right next to me.
The secret ones.
I did tease one on Monday. Should I tease another one?
I think you should.
Yes.
I teased Adeline. Who should we tease? Let's do Rhapsody because he's not here. You ready?
What?
There he is.
Aw, man.
I felt like
The
The imagination goes wild.
The mystery.
He was right there on camera.
The suspense.
I love it.
Well, we're just gonna build on all that suspense and mystery and more flawless segues as we get into this session. But first, let's watch the trailer and roll that beautiful bean footage. In the isolated hills and valleys of Appalachia, folk customs and spiritual practices reflect peace, abiding, respect. Appalachians long in the presence of spirits. They have their own ways of warding them off. Wander through Appalachia even today, and you're sure to see one of the most enduring practices: bottle trees. You see, you hang an empty bottle from a tree, and it's said that roving spirits that wander around at night would get trapped up in the bottles, keep them from entering your home and carrying out their ill-intentioned deeds. Another commonplace practice involves the use of fire, smoke. You see, it's believed that smoke from burning specific woods or herbs or even the items belonging to a deceased person could cleanse a home of their lingering spirits. The act of burning is seen as a powerful deterrent in many customs and cultures, used both to purify and to drive away evil. In our last session, you had returned to the Hollow after your toils in the mines below to rescue those who had been trapped. As they returned, those worse for wear were carried up to the church to be treated by Dr. Collins, a nervous man who was struck with curiosity by the strange ailment that seemed to befall those recovered from below. He collected several vials of the viscous, seemingly physics-defying liquid seeping from the ailing miners' mouths, and made plans with you all to meet up in the morning and arrange an autopsy at a nearby university for further study. So, our investigators, tired from a long day and pained by the injuries of the exertion, you head out of town, going towards Billy Joe's home on the outskirts. As your path carries you away from the Hollow, the fatigue of the day settles in your bones. Each step comes with more and more effort, your vision threatening to go out of focus as your eyelids grow heavy. The air is cold. That November chill that wraps around you and feels sharp in your lungs. And the dry leaves underfoot crunch as you journey on, the earthy smell of decay mingling with a crispness that promises frost. Could I get a spot hidden check?
From all of us?
All of y'all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, put them down. Gotta get that sweet dice noise.
Oh.
Ah. Ooh.
Not me.
Success?
I got a 9.
I got a 6.
Dang.
Dang!
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, you muted, Jay. You're muted, Jay.
Jay.
J.
We have weirdly low rolls in this show.
Yes.
Which is
Like we've all played Call of Cthulhu before. I've never on a D100 rolled a 00. Like
to just do that now?
I feel like we rolled it like all the time. No, I haven't rolled it now, but I did roll a 1.
Oh shit.
What? Oh, yeah.
The other session I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Oh,
But-
that's right.
so pass or
Oh
fail?
no, I failed.
Okay. Okay. Dylan, how about you? Failed
I
as
also
well?
failed.
Okay.
I
This
rolled
is
so high. I don't
this
know.
is
I
a
have no
commentary
idea.
on the entire Hollow series. This was not specific.
It's true. Like, y'all have had some very critical successes.
Stay tuned for the video essay.
The preamble.
It was just such like a moody lead up for you. Oh no, not now. Like
Yeah.
now, I'm totally
You didn't hear me.
thinking this now.
You didn't hear me.
Yeah. I beefed it right now. No,
Yeah. Now? Oh, there's beef all over my dice. Sorry.
Them some beefy rolls.
Like a sausage roll? Okay, moving on.
It's more pork.
So, Clint and Billy Joe, you're kind of the first to notice another scent that kind of reaches you on the wind. Billy Joe, it strikes you with a familiarity that brings thoughts of comfort and home. The rich, inviting aroma of freshly baked bread, accompanied soon thereafter by the smell of smoked meats and a pungent, almost kind of sweet scent that fills your lungs and makes your mouth water. Billy Joe, you also notice the telltale signs of your approach as you hear the soft clinking overhead, and you look up and you see the stars reflected on blue bottles hanging from some simple twine in the trees above you. And as you come to a clearing, a warm glow stretches across the wildflower speckled grass to greet y'all. The light emanating from a quaint two-story house, a ribbon of smoke wafting from the chimney and stretching up towards the stars. Billy Joe, you are home. You see some shadows moving to and fro through one of the windows, their silhouettes cast upon the yellow gingham curtain in a shadowy pantomime. What would you all like to do?
Well, yo, this is home. The girls are hard at work. It smells like they've got some food ready for us, and fire's burning.
Well,
Come along.
That's good. It's getting creepy out here. You hear that clinking?
Oh, that's just the bottles in the tree.
Would Clint know what those bottles are? I'm not.
You can give me a history or occult roll to see.
Okay. Let's do. Can I do natural world?
No.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
I respect the bottom.
Yeah, it was a real hard sell. Friends. Double zeros. No joke. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not touching it. See, my hands are up here. I'm grabbing my phone. I'm gonna take a picture.
Wait.
What about your legs?
Wait, is it all zeros?
It's all zeros. Is that 100?
That's bad.
Yeah, that's 100. It's not
You
what
ain't got a fucking clue.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I don't even know what bottles are.
Oh, because you can't roll a zero. It's just one.
Yeah,
to
you
100.
can't roll a zero,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all zeros is 100. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Betrayed.
So excited.
It's the worst.
I'm getting a migraine from these bottles.
Yeah, you're just you have no context for this at all. You're
What
like
are
someone's really bad at doing their recycling.
Must have been the
Left
wind.
your trash in a tree.
Can't believe that raccoons and whatnot hang that trash in the trees. You should clean that up.
No, those are placed there on purpose.
I don't see why.
You ain't never seen bottles in a tree before? A
No.
bottle tree?
Not intentionally. No.
You probably seen it, just didn't know it was there for a reason.
I mean, I figured it was just trash.
No.
It's actually
I mean-
first for me too. What you put bottles in a tree for?
Well, I mean, some people believe that it's a form of protection. Keeping evil spirits out, keeping spirits away. You know, you can never have too much protection. I do live in what's essentially a morgue.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think about superstition being bottles, though. Just new to me.
Well, you'll find, and I'll keep walking, you'll find lots of interesting things to protect me here. And I can tell you all about them if you'd like as we enter. And as we come up to the front of the house, see these giant bushes on each side here? They smell lovely, don't they? That's rosemary. Yes. That's rosemary. It can really get out of hand, but it's another form of protection at your front door, your back door. Keep you safe.
Really? Well, I'm building a cottage not too far from town. I may have to borrow some of this. Would they mind if I take a
We
snip?
can definitely propagate some here for you. You could take some clippings.
I'll grab some and just like put them in like the inside folds of my hat. Put my hat back on.
You might want to put that in some water inside, but it's cute.
After the day we had, I'll take all the protection you got.
Hey, we've got it here. You may even find some shoes inside the wall. Come on.
And as you all approach the house, the front door swings open. And Billy Joe, you see your sister Ruth Ann, who looks you up and down and says, "Well, it's about time you showed up. We were worried we'd have to finish off all this food on our lonesome. Come on." And she kind of motions you all to follow.
We've had one hell of a day. And I'll just kind of throw my stuff down and kick my shoes off.
And she kind of continues from the kitchen where she's now at work, opening the various doors on a large wood stove that's emanating a warmth that is fighting against that chill that had hit you all. And the warm glow emanating from this house is congruent with the warmth you feel now that you're inside, kind of wrapped in this enveloping coziness. She continues, "Well, yeah, I heard something about that. Sarah May's been going off about it all day." And with that, you hear footsteps hurrying like down the stairs. She comes down. "Well, yeah, I heard from Tucker, who heard it from Jimmy, who heard it from this other girl who he was hanging out about. Remind me to tell you about that later, because I think he's two-timing. But anyway, he told me that someone saw you, a preacher man, a lumberjack, and a nervous-looking academic feller going down into the mines. And I thought it was some setup for a joke, but you know that he's about as witless as a rock, so that punchline just never came. So I knew I guess it must have been true. The hell you doing going underground?"
What the hell you doing gossiping with people?
"You know, Tucker and I was just hanging out by the willow, and he was just telling me what he'd heard, and, you know, he's a little sweet on me, so he was just telling me kind of everything, and he was worried about you is all."
We're going to talk about this willow time later.
Right.
Yes, we were investigating some things. There's some things going on, girls. In fact, I think it's probably best you stay close to home for the next few days until we kind of figure out what's going on.
Ruth Ann kind of shares a solemn glance with you and nods as she pulls from the wood stove a large cast iron filled to the brim with its golden honeyed looking cornbread that she places on a quilted trivet in the middle of the dining table that's already laden with dishes of collards cooked in fatback, soup beans, sweet potato pie, fried liver smothered in sweet onions. The smell is just so enticing. You all realize you haven't had a moment to rest. You haven't had a moment to eat. You haven't had any reprieve today from the constant toiling. And she kind of invites you all to sit down at the table. "Well, I suppose we ought to hear all about it. You all doing all right? We heard a little bit of the trouble going on. I mean, the miners and all that, but... Well, hell, did you really go down there and get them?"
Well, we did. There's something going on.
"Something what?"
Girl, if I knew, I'd say. But there's something that I can't explain. So make sure we batten down all the hatches tonight.
All right. Yeah, there's plenty of room for everyone, and make sure that everything's in place. We'll talk. I don't want you putting yourself in danger. Really, Joe, we're all each other have got now.
Well,
If anything were to happen to you, well, gosh, I don't know what we'd do.
ain't nothing gonna happen to me.
I believe that. She's tougher than nails. Y'all know that?
I've seen it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hell, if she got into it with a wildcat, I know who I'd put my money on.
Wildcat.
Not the cat.
No, that's not what I'm... Okay,
They're ferocious.
they sure are, buddy. They sure are.
Yeah.
I'm
The rest-
Clint. I'm Clint, by the way. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Help yourselves to whatever. She starts to kind of cut the cornbread and dole it out to everybody. I'm Ruth Ann. That there's Sarah May. Don't pay her no mind. She'll talk your ear off if you give her half a chance. But y'all are welcome in our home as long as you need. Are they staying the night and then?
They will be tonight.
Mighty kind of you for having us, have given us this amazing food. I'm Dylan, the nervous one. I think you mentioned.
I think
Yeah.
it was nervous academic type.
Academic.
Yeah, I clocked that
That's right,
pretty
that's
much
right.
immediately.
Sorry, I'm still a little woozy after our trek down there. I'm still bandaged up with probably a big red spot on my head.
You might need to change that wrapping out.
That's a good point. We can probably go downstairs and take care of that after you get a good meal in you.
Right.
With if Jeb's with us, did he come inside?
Yep.
Better question. Was he able to holding what he's holding?
You certainly didn't notice anything.
Okay.
You didn't feel anything strange. He's inside. He's sat at.
Jebediah just got blasted away.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention he was.
That's why I haven't said anything.
Yeah.
Like 3 miles away.
And this is where'd he go?
He just keeps coming up and being like.
Yeah. If anything, you probably noticed that Jebediah has been quiet.
Strange.
Give him a concerning glance.
As Ruth Ann continues to kind of dole out the food and everything, she'll kind of sit down and expectantly hold out her hands on either side. One to you, Billy Joe, and one to you, Clint. If you wouldn't mind saying grace, it's not often we get a preacher man out this way. Well, I mean, I suppose they come, but usually they're just coming to take the bodies away and stuff.
Oh,
They'll often stay for dinner.
right. Yes. I do apologize. I'm Pastor Jebediah Goodwill. Sorry for not introducing myself earlier. Been tired walking along the road after the day we've had. Would you mind me just kind of listening to y'all's grace?
Sure. All right. Sarah May, you want to do the honors? And she like sits up in her chair, real proud next to everybody. Absolutely. Dear God, please bless this meal. Let it nourish our bodies. Let it feed our souls. Let it protect us. And also, if you could make sure that Tucker doesn't keep talking to that girl down by the right. And in the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Oh.
Sir May, it wasn't a pop quiz, honey.
I just thought I'd get it in there while it was open, you know?
Well, eat up.
And as you all tuck into the food, it is delicious. It is buttery. It is hearty. It is smoky. It is flavorful. Everything that you want. And it is the kind of food that like fills your stomach, but also just like warms your heart and your chest. And just, you know that it's made with care and love.
Well, that was some good food, girls. Thank you very much for making sure that there was something on the table and the fires were warm.
Of course.
Haven't had a meal like that in far too long.
That was delicious. Thank you.
There's more if you'd like. I could put on some. I got a little bit of fudge, I think, somewhere. If you could, you think you got room for a bit more?
I don't think I could fit any more. I already ate myself out of breath. Thank you, though.
I'm good, but I think that I'll break out a bottle of whiskey if anybody wants to join me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
And I'll just pour out. I'll get out 4 cups for everyone.
Yeah. Ruth Ann kind of gets up, and Sarah May looks up really expectantly. But Ruth kind of grabs her by the shoulder, like, "Let's go get the rooms ready." And you hear a little bit of protesting and bickering back and forth as the 2 of them head off upstairs, leaving the 4 of you alone at the table.
Well, whoever's drinking, and I'll pour 4 glasses. Not sure if Reverend's gonna have any, but I'll pour 4.
Are you pouring them in front of us, or are you just
Yeah.
pouring them in front of you?
In
I
front
put
of
my
everyone.
hand over.
Oh, right. And then is there anything I can get you instead?
Oh, a water would be absolutely wonderful.
Sure.
Ice, please.
Okay. I'll make him a glass of water. I assume we maybe have some ice.
Okay. You have like a jug of water. You probably have like a pump out back, but you keep like a large jug in house for anything you need.
Ooh, a spigot.
Love a good spigot.
Love a good spigot.
They're good girls. I kind of been raising them on my own for a long time now. So since I was about 12, really. So
Oh, wow.
That is both admirable and a heavy burden for someone as young as that to be raising youngins.
well, you do what you gotta, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
If it means anything, it looks like you've helped create quite the home here.
We do try. You know, we want to honor Mama and Daddy as much as we can. So keep it exactly the way they want it.
That's right. Preserving what preserving what you can. That's really what you got to do, because all this new electric stuff. I mean, I'm happy you still got a spigot. You still got all kinds of good stuff.
I mean, give and take a little. I mean, we do what we can.
Well, Clint, I mean, you got to say a lot of the new technology is going to make a lot of this stuff much easier.
Loud.
Did you say loud?
Yeah, all loud. You got buzzing, all these buzzing electric wires and birds flying in the middle of the woods. Don't like it.
I mean, you're not wrong. It does seem to drown out nature, which I know you do love.
Yes, but you've created a very, well, albeit somewhat spooky this time of night, but
I'll wait till
inside's very
down
cozy.
into the morgue.
Yeah, inside's very cozy. Well done raising them and raising a very good, loving home.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I don't really know what we do from here. Don't know what we're going to walk back into in town next time we're there.
Yeah, was it Dr. Collins? Charles? Chuck?
Yeah.
I wrote down a lot of names. I know he was concerned about like some cross-contamination or something like that.
Right.
So I think you were right telling your sisters to stay here for a while. I don't know if you want to put more emphasis on that, or if you don't want us telling them anything, I'm happy to keep that from them.
Well, it's not much I keep from them. Most of the time it keeps them alive.
That's fair. Just don't want to get them worried. That little one seems a little riled up and curious, and not just about boys.
Well, I mean, she's just a spitball of fire, honestly. She's the one I have to worry about the most.
Doesn't seem to fall far from the tree.
Well, all right.
Just seeing how far you've like you're constantly, yeah. I'm not gonna talk my way out of this, am I?
No.
Thank you for the whiskey.
Yeah, it's been fine. They're good.
Good.
There's
What's
plenty
our-
of people in this area, in this town, that don't like the fact that I'm a woman running a business, basically taking care of the dead and all that. But Daddy left me the business, so I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna shoot anybody who tries to stop me, so we're gonna just move on with it. And pretty much everybody knows that. This is my house, my land, my business.
And unless they
That's
want to
right.
become part of your business, they'll keep it themselves.
They can become one with my land.
Is there anything about the house that I can see that gives me any kind of bead on who her father was?
Give me a spot hidden check.
Oh, I did make it. 34. It's under 40.
Nice. Yeah, you look around. In the kitchen immediately, there's not a whole lot. There's some things hanging around, some dried herbs, kind of a hand broom hanging over the doorway, those kind of things. But you can glance back into the hallway, and you do see a large family portrait. Billy Joe looks much younger in this portrait, and her two sisters. I mean, Sarah May's just a baby, sitting in the lap of a very pretty woman next to a serious-looking man, but with a kind face, who has his hand kind of draped over Billy Joe's shoulder in this portrait.
Do I recognize him?
A memory stirs. a hard memory for you to confront and one that you try to keep buried more often than not.
Probably uncomfortable at that. Would sort of get up and just sort of stroll, like stretching legs around the room. Occasionally, like putting the glass, or like taking my hat off and putting the glass against my forehead, like cool it down.
You all right, preacher?
Oh, yes. Just warm. You know how humid the evenings get. Gets to me sometimes.
It's actually quite cold outside. Do you need to step outside? Are you all right?
Are you sure? Feels warm.
I mean,
sure.
that could just be the fire.
Quite possibly. I'm sure I'll be fine. Look, about tomorrow when we go back into town, should we bring the bag that close to everyone?
Well, what's the plan tomorrow?
Well, we're meant to meet with the doctor for the autopsy, and then there's the church that is full of the injured and exposed to whatever this is.
Are you suggesting we leave the bag somewhere?
I don't think leaving it is a good idea. I think keeping it pretty close would be the smartest thing to do.
So what are you suggesting?
I just don't know whether bringing it that close to them.
What's the alternative?
Maybe I just stay with it, and you all can dabble with the doctor.
You want to be left alone with that thing?
Yeah, just to watch over it.
So you want to stay just outside of town, or you don't want to go into the church?
I don't want to bring it too close to those who are already affected by it.
Well, you can hand it over to me and I could take care of it for you. I'll walk towards the bag.
I grip it. I don't think that is the smartest thing to do. You were also overwhelmed and unable to bring yourself from it.
Well, the way you're gripping that bag right there seems that you might be afflicted as well.
Concern.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else.
You sure you're feeling all right?
I'm fine.
Well, they ain't staying here. When we leave, it goes with us.
Correct. I do think that is also the most intelligent move. Wouldn't want to leave it around your siblings.
Right. Well, I guess for now, you get to be the guardian. And keep it with you.
And I say we keep the rule that no one person stays with it at a time. I think that's pretty safe. I trust you, Jeb. I just don't want you to get overwhelmed on your own.
Well, I appreciate that. Wouldn't mind having some company while holding on to it.
Any one of us can do that. I'm happy wherever I'm needed. Just I think as a rule, 2 of us with that thing at all times.
The rule of 2.
That's the rule of cool.
What?
2.
I don't know. Sometimes I just start saying stuff.
He's wasted.
I'm still trying to figure out these bottles.
Like looking out the window.
Just a whiskey bottle in one hand and like looking out the window and looking through it. How did
Holy
this
shit,
get up
they're
there?
connected.
It's gotta be
It's all
all connected.
With that, Ruth Ann and Sarah May come back down the stairs. Ruth Ann, the rooms are all set up. I'm sorry. We have the spare room, and well, we have the other with the 2 twin beds in it. 2 of y'all are gonna have to bunk up. I'm sorry, but there's fresh linens on all the beds and plenty of quilts to go around. But
Actually, that works out just fine. I think they just decided they wanted to do a buddy system with some things anyway. So whoever wants to stay with the Reverend can stay in the twin bedroom. And I'm going to head on up to mine.
buddies. Well, you know, we welcome all kinds here, so do not even worry about that. Y'all will be more than comfortable and more than welcome in our home as long as, you know, you need buddies.
Anything else y'all need?
I'm good.
Oh, Dylan, did you want me to take care of your...
Yeah, I think I might need just a change on these bandages.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can come down to the morgue with me. I've got bandages and all the tools and everything down there. I can redress that for you.
Tools?
I mean,
I'm just gonna get nervous.
I'm gonna stand behind Billy Joe and just be like,
Immediately clutch my suitcase, briefcase.
We have lobotomies at home.
It's getting bigger. Like
we have lobotomies at home.
Sure enough, then we can split
I'll follow you
off.
down. Yeah.
Ruth Ann will usher Jeb and Clint up to show you the room. As Billy Joe, you take Dylan down to the basement. You go back into the hallway, and there's a doorway that heads down a narrow set of stairs. And as you get to the bottom, you see a pretty sparse room as far as decorations go. A tile floor, a large drain in the center of it, and a large metal table sat there in the middle. A variety of tools set out on a cloth at the ready. And lots of cabinets, kind of an apothecary's cabinet, one of those big wooden ones with the drawers that open and all that. Billy Joe, sure enough, you go and you can find everything you need to treat a wound.
well, most of the people I work on don't really worry about pain, so I brought the bottle of whiskey. So have a sip of this, and then I'll take the bandages off and kind of assess. I think I stitched it before. I just want to take a look at the stitches.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine or first aid check, whichever. And Dylan, give me a constitution roll.
Cool.
big money.
Hey, I succeeded that one.
Nice.
As did I.
Nice. You don't see any signs of like swelling around the stitches, no redness. And it's, you know, you kind of touch around the area. There's no heat, so nothing that would imply any infection. So everything seems good to go. It's a little tender as she's pressing around, but you know, it doesn't like hurt in a way that it's a pain that easily kind of fades after the initial kind of
Well, so I'll go over to the apothecary and pull out like a salve, and like this will kind of help with the scarring and the skin. I've used this on the girls before when they've busted their knees up. So, and it's just kind of like almost like a jelly type. It's got aloe and all kinds of shit in it. So I'll just kind of put that on there, and then bandage it back up with fresh linen.
I also imagine I'm feeling still pretty good from the laudanum that I took earlier.
oh yeah,
Oh, about that.
you're feeling great.
This is
Like
fine.
it's like even as you all were walking through the forest and stuff, everyone else is getting kind of tired, but you were just like you've been floating light on your feet since you took a little
Maybe a little confused, but
Sure. Your short-term memory is basically non-existent. There's certainly some times in conversation you're having trouble keeping up, but it's not you're not worried about it. It's not a problem. You know, you feel chill.
That's great.
about it.
I suddenly remember that he had that, and I kind of grab the bottle of whiskey and just kind of keep hold of it, like.
I was drinking that,
Oh, nice.
having the laudanum.
Well,
Feeling good.
well, you should be good for the night. I don't see a whole lot of extra bleeding
Thank
through my stitches, so you shouldn't be losing any blood. But I'm gonna hold on to this whiskey for you.
All right, I trust you, Billy Joe. I'm feeling pretty good.
Good.
I think it's healing up already.
Yeah, we'll see what you say when that medicine wears off in the morning. But
I got a whole bunch of it left.
right, I forgot about that.
Doc gave me a whole vial.
That's right. Well, then you got days that you don't have to feel. So I'm gonna let you go up the stairs first, and I'll follow just to make sure that you make it.
All right, after you.
Nope. I'll let you go. Come on.
Got it. Now head on up the stairs.
Maybe a few times you kind of like, oh, yep, okay, yep. What was I doing? Oh, going up the stairs.
Hey, there's a rail. You can hold on to that. That'll probably help.
Oh, smart.
And you can set off upstairs for Billy Joe to show you to the spare room. Meanwhile, Ruth Ann is bustling about, grabbing more blankets than anyone could need possibly in a lifetime, and kind of making sure that the beds are well stocked, and kind of talking you through. Like, there's a wash basin over here, and if you get peckish at all, feel free to go down. The larder's stocked. And there'll be biscuits in the stove and all that, just kind of warming on top if you need anything. Water in the basin. I said that already. I could bring a jug. Do you need anything else? Do y'all? I don't get to host a lot, and I just it's nice to have folks in the house.
You are doing a mighty fine job.
Thanks so much. That really means a lot coming from man of the cloth. Thank you.
You have made everyone feel very much at home and very welcomed. Thank you.
Great. Well, if you need anything in the night, just holler. I'll be down the hallway. Your friend will be right across the hall. We'll set him up in there, and me, Billy Joe, Sarah May, we'll all be just down there. So if you holler loud enough, we'll be sure to hear you.
Well, hopefully there's nothing that I need to holler that loud for.
Right? Yeah. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I was joking.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you just never know. Out in the woods, what can happen. anything. Good night. She'll just kind of turn about and walk away, leaving the two of you in this room. And sure enough, there are two kind of wrought iron beds, kind of against either wall, each with a little nightstand, and then a center kind of dresser with a wash basin and jug, and several towels. Both of the beds are piled just so high with like crocheted blankets, with quilts that have been handmade, with all sorts to keep y'all cozy. But yeah, the two of you are left alone in this room. And Clint, the bed is like half your size. It's like a twin size bed, so both in width and in length, you're just like.
Just his legs go off the edge and his knees are bent with feet on the floor. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
If needed, I will grab a chair from the dining table and put it at the end of the bed.
You might, yeah. There's a chair in the corner of the room stacked with more blankets that you can kind of easily pull over to the bed to make sure that yeah, your feet have something to rest on.
It's a bed for ants.
What is this?
Yeah, I'm exhausted. Ready to get some sleep. I'm gonna crash. I'm already like in the bed. Just good night.
Good night. Oh.
Oh God.
All right.
As loud as snoring.
Yeah, I'll go over to the bed and I'll take like half the blankets off. And then a couple more.
Yeah, fair enough. That still leaves you like 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Gives me the option at least at that point.
Yeah.
I'll sort of get ready, I don't know, in my red long johns, I imagine, with a little butt flap.
Perfect.
Your BVDs, yeah.
Still got the dog collar on.
Yeah.
Just take it out, put it in the.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'll take some of my clothes out. It's all the same shirt. Pat them out. Get into the bed. I think what I would do is pull my Bible out and sort of thumb over those like singe marks on the outside, and then flip to where my sort of ribbon bookmarks are, and then just kind of spend a minute with those between my fingers. And then look over towards Clint. Is Clint out, like unconscious?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Eyes are open, but I'm out.
Eyes are open and you're snoring.
Like everyone sleeps.
Of course.
You know.
You know, unhinged.
With a feather.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we've acme'd this scene, I'm gonna reach into the satchel and I'm gonna open it facing away, but I'm gonna hover my hand over the top of the rock and see what I feel.
Absolutely. You open the bag, and the heat that you had felt previously from this rock when y'all were underground is absent. And you kind of slowly go to hover your hand just above it. And we'll cut back to this. So Billy Joe, you were showing Dylan the guest room. You kind of point this out and then head off towards your bed. Is there anything you all want to talk about or resolve here?
This room here, it's for you.
Oh,
And-
thank you.
And because my sister Ruth Ann is obsessed with making things perfect, there's about 5 million blankets on that bed. So you do not have to use all of them, but she is very good at making people feel comfortable.
I'll try my best to use as many as I can.
Yeah, okay.
I go into the room.
Good night.
And very similarly, it's a wrought iron bed, about full size bed. Piled. There's like several blankets on it, and then at the foot of it, just like a noticeable heap of just like, it sits up about another foot. You have another dresser with a wash basin, and in the corner a rocking chair. In this room. But yeah, you are alone, and
Yeah, I'd probably set up my briefcase, open it up, switch into my pajamas that I definitely brought with me. Go to the wash basin, wash my face, stare at myself in the mirror for a while, get a little confused. I would like to check myself for any signs of things that I saw in like the cathedral though.
I see. Give me a you can do medicine or first aid, or barring that, we could do a spot hidden, but the results, dependent.
I'll go for first aid.
Okay.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, you look over and you're like, I'm great. Like you kind of get distracted. You're like, I don't remember that mole being there, and you kind of chase yourself around in a circle a few times trying to get a better look at it. But
And I get a little dizzy and then
you need to
plop
sit down.
over on the bed and get on. I don't even get into the bed. I get like under some sandwiched levels of blankets. And just tuck myself into it and like just kind of stuck hanging in there. And I go to sleep.
Like a layer of baklava. You were just nestled in. Perfect. Billy Joe, you head off to your room. Is there anything you want to do before you go to sleep?
I'm assuming the girls are staying with me because we've got house guests.
Well, y'all have a guest room. Yes, Sarah May is gonna bunk with Ruth Ann. You have the master bedroom, or however, it's
That's
your
okay.
house.
What-
However you want to arrange it.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
kind of.
I'll stop by the girls' room. Girls, before you go to sleep, I just want to make sure that you understand what I say. Stay close to home until I say that you actually do what I say.
Sarah May. How close to home exactly? Like, what
Don't
is?
leave my property.
Ruth Ann kind of has a much more like solemn look to her. What is it that's got you so scared, Billy?
Well, there is something that I can only describe as indescribable, evil. I don't know. and it seems to have its hold on several people, and I just want to make sure y'all are all right. We do seem to be outside of that grasp for the moment, but stay here. We've done a good job keeping our place safe, protected, a haven. You're safe here. Stay here.
All right. We'll do whatever you say. We know that, hell, you've looked after us all this time. You always end up being right. So, whatever you say, Billy John.
Well, the good Lord doesn't give you intuition so that you can ignore it.
You
Well.
sound like Mama.
Hope so. And I'll kind of jingle the bells on their doorknob as I go to close it. Sleep tight, girls. And I'll shut the door.
You hear, of course. Good night. Love you, sis.
Love you too. Go to sleep. And as I enter my own room, I will also kind of jingle the bells that are hanging from the doorknob, go in, shut the door, and light a candle.
Alright. And as everyone settles in to go to sleep, Jebediah still stirring for a moment. We're back in the moment as your hand hovers just above this stone. And you remember seeing it in the cave, the green glow of it, obfuscating the details of it. But you caught glimpses of just this smooth, almost obsidian-like surface with kind of these fragmented sections or facets. But it largely is, kind of oval. And you've grown so accustomed to its weight in the bag that even though you haven't laid eyes on it since the cave, you're so familiar with its weight, with its shape, with its size, you can almost picture it in your mind. And as your hand goes to hover just above it, you feel just the softest, just a pull, a gentle tug towards it. And you feel it echoed in your heartbeat. This rhythm, this familiar rhythm. A soft pulse, by no means forcing your hand, but yet.
Can I try and force my body against it? Not against it, but against that, to break that rhythm?
Yeah, to pull your hand away?
Not necessarily, but because you said I feel that pulse in rhythm. I want to try and take control of my body to break the rhythm.
I see.
How you can focus and close your eyes and slow your heart rate. That kind of I want to try and take agency back over my body.
Sure. Give me a power roll.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh.
You asked the wrong questions, buddy.
Oh, I failed.
And you try. You know this pulse, you know this rhythm at this point. You expect it. And as you anticipate that next, you try to focus your will, kind of flex your hand in a way to resist against this pulse. And as you're focused, your breath comes, your heart beats, and your hand pulses all in tandem. Dum, dum. And your hand touches the stone. And that's where we're going to take a break, folks. B.
I'm in the room.
Oh,
All right.
man.
We'll be back
Why did you
in
go in
like
the room with me? Like I'm the fucking chaos. Like
no.
give
Those
me the
blankets
cursed
can't help you
object.
now.
Oh.
All right.
Good
So
luck.
we will be back in 10 minutes. We will see y'all back here shortly. Welcome back. As we left off, we are in the baker's home, Billy Joe's home, where she lives with her sisters. Our investigators are settling off to sleep, and nothing was stirring, not even a mouse, except for Jebediah, who has just reached into his satchel where the stone that they had found in the mines has been kept, and pulled by this persistent rhythm. His hand has met purchase with its smooth surface. Jebediah, your vision reels. It's as though pictures are flying past you like on a film, until you fall forward, both hands falling onto grass. And as the blades come up between your fingers and begin to wrap around your hands, your fingers, you feel tugged and you fall forward into the earth, your hands now reaching deep, deep into the soil, roots branching off from your fingertips and burying you deep, pulling your arms further and further and further until you are pulled further still and your hands are now gripping the sides of a pillow. Frail hands pushing against your wrist. And you hear voices in the other room muffled. And the vision of the man that you saw in the portrait comes back to you for a moment. As you fall forward again, your hands again, just the grass growing over it, growing up your arms, wrapping around, tangling around you, falling up to your throat, into your mouth, and down into the core of your being. You try to shout, but this dry emptiness comes where a voice should be. And instead, a thick vial of viscous fluid starts to just creep out of your mouth and up your face, down and over your arms, back down into the ground where it seeps heavy into the earth. Clint, you hear rustling. You've fallen off to sleep, which to that point, Dylan, Clint, Billy Joe, I'd like for you to roll a D4. You can regain that level of sanity for getting a good night's rest.
A D4?
A D4.
It's so small.
All right.
Feel good.
And Clint, as you're kind of pulled out of your reverie, dreaming of your cabin in the woods, dreaming of beautiful vistas and just peace, peaceful sleep, you're pulled from it by this sound of rustling and this noise, this that fills you. And as you look up, you sit up in bed and you see Jebediah on the ground, both hands firmly planted on the stone, pulled completely out of the bag now, as he's on his back, kind of writhing in place. And in between the pained kind of inhale, you hear these like furtive whispers coming from him, but also low and layered with this voice that is from him, but yet not at all. And it repeats over and over and over. The God from above rises below, sees without eyes, needs no roots to grow. The star that has fallen, buried beneath, starts with a spark to ignite all it sees. The God from above rises below. Over and over and over and over. In between these like pained breathings. The stone itself, you see it now as it is, and it is slick, like obsidian, a black, almost mirror-like substance with these sharp facets in it. And at its core, not nearly as bright as it had been before, but you see just this small, flickering kind of spark of green light. within the center of the stone. What do you want to do, Clint?
Panic. I think Clint would get up, seeing this horrifying scene. First things he does is kick that chair away from him, and I think he grabs his hat from I don't know if there's a post on the end of the bed.
Sure,
I think he's gonna take that hat and try and put the hat on top of the stone so he doesn't touch it, but take out that rosemary and shove it in Jeb's nose.
Okay. Okay.
To bring him back from whatever he's doing, because all that Clint knows is that it's protective, and just from a natural order of things, it's better than what. And he doesn't have any smelling salt. That's all he's got. So.
Sure. Okay, so you're using the hat to put over the stone itself.
Yes, as like a barrier between me and it, trying to pry it away from him.
So you're trying to pull the stone away, while also doing the rosemary. Okay.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
I'm struggling to breathe. You should probably just plug up my nose.
Yes. Give me a
It helps.
strength check for pulling the stone.
Yes, I'm good at this. Knock on wood.
You got this.
Heart of the cards. Hey, all right, that's a 56 pass.
Very good. Jebediah, give me a strength check.
Ooh.
I failed by 1.
Wow.
46.
Use a lot.
Clint, as you lunge into action, grabbing the hat and putting it over the stone, remembering the rosemary and pushing it in his face. We're not going to roll for the rosemary because it doesn't do shit. But you're going to, you just kind but you are able to, with effort, and you are a much larger man than Jebediah.
Oh.
But it takes this tremendous effort to just pry the stone from him. But sure enough, you're able to kind of twisting it, wrench it from his grasp, and it goes clattering, kind of bouncing over the wooden floor, falling onto the carpet there. As Jebediah still, his hands kind of clutched to his chest, kind of writhing. Your breathing is less labored, but the whispers continue. God from above, rises below, sees without eyes, needs no words to grow. The star that has fallen, buried beneath, starts with a spark to ignite all it sees. Just over and over until it slows and slows, until you regain your own breathing again. Your hands that are tensed up at your sides kind of release, until you curl up into fetal position there on the floor, awaking with tears falling down your face. Jebediah, I need you to make a sanity check for me.
Oh boy.
This dummy.
I made it.
You have no recollection of the past 5 minutes, 20 minutes. Who knows how long you were there struggling before Clint awoke. You've no memory of it. You've no memory of anything beyond opening the bag. And as you wake with your face wet, you're confused while you're on the floor. Clint breathing heavy next to you. And Clint, as you see, the hat has fallen away and the stone is there bare on the floor. That green flame has died out in it, and it now sits inert. The black, glassy surface of it just reflecting back the lights coming in from the window.
First thing I'm gonna do is throw one of those many blankets on top of it,
Okay. Absolutely.
and then I will
How
turn.
many?
Yeah, and then I will turn and put. I'll take that pillow that Jebediah had and put it underneath his head, and try and like lay him out flat on his back. I don't know what's happened.
I'm like pushing myself up like against the wall, basically, like 90 degrees.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
wiping off my face, like fucking confused.
I will put the pillow in his lap then, and I would just say, Jebediah, are you okay? And I'll just hold his head and like look in his eyes, just like, are you okay? What happened? What happened? Did the
Clint, please let go of my head.
Are you under control of yourself? Before I let go of you.
Yes. So many different actions went through my head in that moment.
And I'll let him go, and I'll take a step back. What were you doing messing with that thing, man?
I don't recall.
You don't recall whispering or breathing heavy, nothing? None of that?
No, it's like, do I feel it like my throat is like scratchy, like hoarse
Yeah,
almost?
you do feel a rasp as
Like it's
though you
raining.
have been screaming. Yeah.
No, I don't remember it at all.
Damn it, Jeb. I'm glad we have this rule of 2, but I mean, did you just suddenly were holding it? Did it take control of you? Did you peek at it by accident? What? I mean, you remember nothing?
The last thing I remember is trying to go to sleep.
I'll look at him just like, man. You don't remember anything. And I don't think I'm gonna like press it, but I don't fully believe him.
Do you want to make a psychology check, kind of as an insight, or?
I will try, but I don't want it to be like, I don't want him to think I'm like suspicious of him.
Sure, you can. I mean, yeah, you can, and you can absolutely keep your suspicions regardless of what the roll says. But
Okay. Oof, no. I rolled not good.
yeah, you try to maybe like meet his eyes to kind of like see anything, but he's kind of. I imagine you're kind of like darting around the room, nervous. And Jeb, you have your hands are sore. You feel like your muscles are fatigued in your arms and your hands, and your throat is scratchy, and there's like tension in your neck that was not there before.
Can I roll a fast talk to make him believe me?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like my whole build.
You, a face character?
Oh no, I rolled a 99.
Whoa.
Lynn, while from your own summation, you don't see through kind of what he's like emoting. What he's saying doesn't track with you. He's speaking a little hurried, a little, the confidence in his voice wavers a bit.
Okay. So I'm kind of like heavy with suspicion on how this got started, but I do believe him that he doesn't know what happened before and after. I believe that. But looking at him, the way he had his hands like this and everything, I'm gonna get him some water. I'm like, hey, I think you're dehydrated. It seems like you've been like your voice, the way you're holding your hands. I've only seen that whenever, you know, kids go long times without having like a drink or something. Now, I've only seen that once, but you never forget it. It's scary.
Yes. Now you mention it, I am a little parched.
I'm sure I have a canteen or something nearby, or I'll even go out to the spigot if I need to.
There's a pitcher in the room that you can easily, it's next to the wash basin. We can say that there's a glass on each bedside table as well, in true hospitality form.
Okay, yeah, I'll pour him a glass and make sure he finishes it.
Yeah, it's like spilling over the sides of my mouth, like handshaking kind of thing, as I'm like trying to stretch my joints back out.
As it dribbles out of the sides of your mouth, you're almost stricken with a panic again, and you have like a vision of this like viscous mucus coming out of your mouth. And as you wipe away the water, you shake that away, not sure where this vision is summoned from, but you just have this moment of panic.
Yes, thank you, Clint.
Of course, yeah. You feeling any better? Do you need like a cold rag or anything?
You know, if you could fetch me a cold rag, that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Be right back, and I'm gonna grab.
Feeling a little feverish.
I'm gonna grab the orb in the blanket and take it with me.
Okay.
Like all bundled up.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm just gonna swallow it like a baby.
We've already broken the rule of two, guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's my
Like true Sith.
Rules are meant to be broken. You take your swaddled stone. There are no wash rags here in the room, but you can go searching for a linen closet, or there would be a bathroom inside. Would there? There would be a washroom inside. There's probably an outhouse.
Okay. Kind of like a mud
but-
room.
But yeah, there is like, a room with like water and soap and like a large bucket for kind of like daily washing and that kind of thing that you can find. And sure enough, you can find a closet with some rags in it.
As soon as he is out of the room, I'm running to my bag and like frantically going through it and taking out the flask and just downing the whole fucking thing.
Sure enough. Roll a D3 for me.
So it's a 2.
Regain 2 sanity points.
Ooh.
Actually, okay.
Clint, as you're going through the house, kind of searching until you find this washroom, give me a spot hidden check.
Spot hidden. Okay.
Booby traps.
Oh, I missed it by 2. I'm gonna use 2 luck points.
Sure.
There it is.
Yeah, I got a 52. I needed a 50.
As you're frantically kind of searching through, you find the washroom, the light from the window casting this blue light across the floor, illuminating your way. And at first you kind of just glance past it as you're on your way, but something gives you pause. And you glance back out the window and are met with eyes. Down around the first story, first you see just like the reflection of black eyes. First a pair, and then another, and another, and another. And as your eyes adjust and illuminated in the moonlight, you see a crowd of stags deer, rabbits, foxes, all manner of creatures just standing motionless, staring into the house. Still, but as you look closer, you see in the frigid air the exhale coming in steam from each of these creatures in a Give me a sanity check real quick.
Oh, I fail. Sanity, come on, sanity. Oh, your boy failed hard.
Yeah, boy.
77.
Roll a d6 for me.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Take that away from your sanity. You can also give me a natural world check here.
Okay, yeah. I'm better. I'm
I
much
know
better
you're
than-
dying to. I know you're just dying to.
Yeah, this has
Give
to
it
make
to, give it
sense.
to me.
I missed that by 7, but I'm gonna use 7 luck points.
Michael.
I gotta use it.
You search through the annals of information that you've gathered over years of studying wildlife and nature and all this stuff, and nothing seems to make sense in this moment. Nothing seems to explain this behavior. Nothing comes to your mind to assuage the strangeness of this occurrence.
I think I'm just standing there, mouth agape, just like trying to meet everything's eye, like trying to like look for reasoning in anything.
As you make eye contact, searching through this window, looking at this gathering of wildlife that just stand motionless, except for the of steam, faint, and only flickering now and then, you catch a glimpse of almost a green reflection in their eyes.
I hate that. Noted. I hate it. I think the only thing that takes my attention away from that scene is I've like gotten so close to the glass that my own breath fogs it up and I'm like, like to tear my own eyes away from it. Like my body kind of like helped itself. So I'm gonna be like whisper shouting like, village out. Like I don't want to yell to alert the animals, but like I want to yell so badly. I'm going to go wake up anyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll a d4 for me.
A D4, okay. Skiddly boo. That is a 1.
You open the first door you get to, and you see Dylan asleep, sandwiched between a few blankets. The bandage on his head. This is his room that you've come to. Do you continue your search?
Yes.
Okay. You continue. You leave
On a
Dylan.
bed on drugs with a head wound. Not helpful.
Fair enough. Are you gonna call it a crisis? Not the guy on opium. So
Hey,
I will.
hey,
He's
offended.
the smart one, right? We should get him.
Not anymore. We fixed that.
Wake up, idiot.
You continue on. We will refer it again. But you open doors and you come to the end of the hallway and debate between these two doors at the end. But one of them has like a little skull of like a found little like bird skull on a hook on the door, and you correctly assume this is Billy Joe's room as you open the door and see her asleep. What would you like to do?
I will like not use my knuckles to knock, but like my finger pads to knock, so it's like a soft thud, not a like a rasping hard knock. I know that sounds weird, kind of like how you drum your fingers on a table.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, Billy Joe, Billy Joe. And I'll like open the door and I'm like, Billy Joe, animals. Jeb, orb.
I think eventually you are wrestled from your sleep.
Yeah, I think that possibly my daddy's rifle that stays next to the bed ends up in my hands and as like a reaction.
That's what I was afraid of. Dead serious.
You crazy?
No. There are some freaky animals outside just staring at the house. Jeb accidentally touched the rock thing. And I don't, it's in the blankets, and I told him, I go, oh, Jeb, he needs a wet towel. Please come on.
All right. If I walk to my window in my room, do I see what he's talking about?
Yes.
Oh, thank God.
You see.
No one else sees it.
Yeah, you see this gathering. You see stags, deer, and you see all this wildlife again, motionless. The only movement that you see, the steam emitting from their breath in the frigid air, and in unison.
All right. I'll head down the hallway, motioning for you to follow, and go to where Jebediah is. I still have the rifle in my hand. I did not put that down.
Right.
What did you do?
Oh, you're already there. Okay. I don't recall anything.
Anything. Nothing at all. All right. Why don't you stand on your feet and look out that window?
All right. I look out the window.
Sure enough, you see the same thing, a gathering of a lot of animals, and again, you see that breath and the emitting and steam.
So, nothing.
I don't recall anything about my experience with it.
Well, sounds like you don't remember doing the thing that we probably shouldn't have been doing. And now we have this.
I don't remember at. Don't touch it.
Plus problem.
He's touching it. Oh God.
It's in the blanket.
I don't remember anything at all. I remember going to sleep, and then I remember being awoken by Clint.
Okay. All right. Well,
Maybe that stone was too much of a burden for one person to bear for that long.
right. But now we'll never know if this is happening, and I'll point out the window, because it's here, or if this is happening because you touched it. We didn't have animals outside before this, so I don't know if they followed us here and we're just now seeing it, or if you beckoned them.
I'm not quite sure why you are throwing around a tone that has a lot of blame in it. If I do not recall touching the stone, why
You
would that
calling
be my
Clint a liar?
fault?
Are you
What?
calling Clint a liar?
No.
Well, he said he woke up, found you clutching the stone.
And I said I don't recall doing it.
That's fine. It still happened. But you've been clutching that bag ever since you've been holding on to that stone.
And as I said, maybe it was too much of a burden for one person to bear, and you better thank yourselves that I was the one holding it, because I was the one with the strongest willpower out of all of y'all.
As these voices raise, Dylan, you are kind of pulled from your sleep as well. You can decide what to do.
Dopey Dill. Dopey Dill is up.
I think my door is probably still open from when Clint flung
For
it
sure.
open.
Oh, I did not click.
I'll get up and walk towards the room, but quietly and
Sure.
confusedly.
Of course.
Well.
Oh.
What do we collectively think we should do now?
My priority, I don't want to hold this. Those animals outside, that is not natural. That is what's freaking me out the most immediately. Oh, Jeb, and I'll take the wet rag off my shoulder and just like whip it at him.
Thank you.
What are y'all arguing about? You holding what? Why? We shouldn't be holding anything. We should all be sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go look out the window, honey.
Yep, and I'll guide him over to the window.
Look out the
See.
window.
Yeah.
I don't see anything at all.
Good.
Looks like nature to me.
I heard animals do this.
Once.
Would there be such things as like footlockers
The
in
store?
this house?
Oh.
Yeah, like a lock, but like a chest. Yeah.
I'm looking for a metal one.
Like
So
okay.
we'll say that Daddy had a metal footlocker. Maybe he
Give
kept
me
some
a luck check to find one the right size.
Ooh. This is
Guys.
This is translative. Come on,
I got
lucky.
it.
Nice. Lucky.
Yep,
I
I rolled a
Yes.
44, and my luck is 55.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you recall a lockbox filled with an old revolver, maybe a bag of bullets as well, and some other memorabilia, an old watch, that kind of thing. But it's about, yay high, yay wide. You think it'll be the right fit?
All right. I'll run back to my room and grab that box, basically dump everything out of it, and bring it back with the blanket. Put that in here, and I'll motion for Clint to do so. Once it's in the box, I'm gonna close it back and lock it. Okay. I don't think that's gonna do anything for our visitors outside, but more of a barrier between everything, and it's now locked.
Have y'all tried feeding them?
If you
Dylan,
feed them, they'll
shut
never
up.
go away.
Dylan, shut up.
They'll
Shut
just
up.
keep coming back. Have you never fed a wild
Oh,
animal
all
before?
right.
That's literally
No.
the worst thing that you can do.
Literally have not. I never fed wild animal.
Good. Don't do it.
They'll just keep coming back for more. First time I met the Loch Ness monster.
Found them for free.
I didn't know about tree fitting.
And about that time, I realized that Girl Scout was.
Wow.
3 stories tall.
Damn it, they guessed my ending.
You thought it'd be Mothman.
As the box is locked and everything's put away, I want to look back out. Same thing. I'm going to go out down to the front door and open the door, walk out onto the porch.
Okay.
I'm going to fire the rifle up into the air.
Hell yeah. And at that noise, not a flinch,
That's what I thought.
not a movement,
Dylan
not
flinches.
an interruption to this. And it is slow. This exhale across them, and you see them now, and you see they've circled the house. And you see it now too. This faint glimmer in the eyes, just this green flicker of light.
I'm going to turn around and walk back inside, lock up the door.
What'd you see out there?
Well, it's a damn miracle. None of them moved when I shot a rifle.
Not even after you, was it 30-06? That should send them things scattering.
Should have.
At this, you also hear footsteps coming down the hall. Your sisters having been awoken by the rifle. And they kind of come down the stairs to where you are all gathered now, pulling on their night jackets. And, well, hell, why in the hell you shooting off around? It's so early in the morning. What do you think you're doing?
Well, there's no keeping anything from you two now. That evil I was telling you about, well, I think it's coming from a damn stone that we brought into the house. So there is a gathering of afflicted creatures outside.
Stone, what are you talking about?
I can't even explain it.
Where is it now?
Put away.
Where do you find? What do you mean bringing on
Within the
things?
mine. This is what caused all of this. This is bigger than anything that the 4 of us know what to do about.
Here, come take a look at the window.
Look out the window. I just don't understand why a rock would do all. That's
Don't stare too
curious,
long.
ain't it?
I'll turn their heads away.
Come back. I don't know.
Well, did someone leave food outside or something?
Has nothing to do with food.
I suggested it, but they said it was a bad idea.
Dylan,
Well,
shut up.
hell, no! You never feed a wild animal. What are you thinking?
See, she knows. She's raised right.
Feels so bad being mean to Eric.
I'm actually wearing one of the blankets from the bed too. I just like clutch it closer.
Ruth
it like
Ann's
dragging-
eyes are just like
Hanging like
sparkling
6
at
feet
this.
behind you.
Yes, 100%.
Pulling over side tables and stuff as you go around corners.
We're just all caught up in it now.
Antique vase.
Oops. Who did that?
As you all kind of stand here, where did you leave the lockbox? You have it with you? Is it upstairs?
I don't think I would have put it. I don't know. I don't think I would have just put it down and walked away.
You think you have it in your hands?
Yeah, I think I'm holding the handle.
Now who wants to keep hold of it?
Not really. I'd love to give it back to you.
As you all are kind of standing here bickering back and forth, the tension is kind of rising in this room until you all kind of feel yourself kind of falling. Your heart rate is rising. You're kind of becoming more heated as the moment goes on, and the temperature inside feels like it's rising too in a way, until you all feel a thump, thump, as all of your hearts beat in unison, and you feel this almost shockwave go out, emanating from that box in your hand. You feel the reverberations head up your shoulder, and then just silence.
There's no stopping this.
Whatever
What if we
this is.
destroy it? Let's try breaking it. You got a chisel?
Dylan,
I mean,
would
that
you
sounds
please
great.
repeat that? That's actually a really good idea.
No. Because then we may not just have one problem, but a lot of little problems. I mean, have you ever had a gemstone before and you make jewelry and sacred pieces? It is just as precious at this size. It's the same thing. You break the stone apart, it's just a bunch of little stones.
Yeah, but a big problem comes a lot easier to handle in small pieces.
Until those many little problems overwhelm you.
Why don't we just rebury it? We found it in the ground. Let's put it back.
If breaking it doesn't work, you just keep it all together.
Clint, I see where your heart is, but I think wherever we put it, this cycle is going to keep going. Until it reaches someone else.
I mean, I don't even know how you would destroy a stone.
Chisel, hammer.
I mean, I don't know enough about this magic stuff. At least not too much of it. But sometimes it makes folks disappear. Sometimes it makes folks disappear and makes them reappear out of nowhere. I don't know about all this magic stuff. But it just stuff just sort of happens. Sometimes they go completely still for minutes on end, and they're just like Jebediah. He was dead still, and he just couldn't move, and I helped him, and then he came back all of a sudden.
And then what happened?
And then,
Yeah, and then what happened, and also what just happened. Like
Nothing.
yeah,
I think it was all an allegory for you
we
kind
were-
of getting out.
great.
Galling.
Yeah.
So sorry.
And that's how we got to now, which is here, and the present. So I don't know. We can't rebury it. We can't. We don't want to break it with a hammer or a gun. We got the wildlife from hell outside, just
Do we
staring
still,
at us.
after that last pulse, are they still there?
You go to the window, and you notice that Sarah May has been standing, looking out the window. And as you get near her, you just hear, just low below her breath, God from above rises below, sees without eyes, needs no roots to grow. Star that has fallen, buried beneath, starts with a spark to ignite all it sees. God from above
What is
rises,
she saying?
sees without eyes.
Have I ever heard this before?
No, never.
I have.
What is she saying?
I don't, it's the same jumbo that Jeb was saying.
What?
Oh, he was saying stuff too.
Sarah May, and I'll pull her face back to me.
Oh, there's smoke.
What?
There's smoke rising from the woods.
What? I'll
I'm gonna look out the window and
Yeah.
look for smoke.
And you look out the window, you see no sign of animals. And as light is starting to rise, early morning just now kind of hitting and throwing things into this like dull gray, kissed with these golden highlights. Snow is beginning to fall that obfuscates the ground. And far off, away in the woods, back towards the hollow, you see a large plume of black smoke rising and twisting up into the sky. And that's where we're going to end
No.
tonight's session.
Ah. Furiously writing all my notes. I ran out of ink.
Throw that shit.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us.
Wow.
We're getting into it. Some stuff is happening. Some things are moving along.
We're not here next week.
We're not here next week, but
You're here tomorrow, though, right?
We are.
we are here tomorrow
Yeah.
for some Fables Ogalia. And then we're all
Yeah. Us.
on the next
These people.
week. These people, all of us people, and some other people. We at GaryCon.
It's true. It's true. We will be.
Be a good,
Yep.
good fun time.
Oh, Gary Con.
Gary can.
But we'll be back with the next Cthulhu episode on the 27th. So we will see what happens from there. Before then, are we doing what?
We just have tomorrow.
And
Just
tomorrow and Monday.
not Monday. Okay.
We'll be here
This
for,
Monday?
Yeah, this coming Monday. Well,
Heal?
I'll be doing something. We'll be hanging out.
Oh, I see.
Something
Oh, I
casual.
see.
Something casual. Probably just us packing bags.
Yeah. That's all.
Oh, we can share what we're packing. Oh, great. We need to
You know,
talk
that would
about our
actually be
outfits.
so good.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
feel
an
like I'm on
accountability
my
system.
outfit.
You
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
do it.
If everyone can log into
Okay.
Ping on their cell phones and just set them up while we're
No.
packing.
Packing for me is so stressful.
I hate
Oh
it.
no.
No.
Content. I'm kidding.
I'd be happy to walk you through it.
This is not the content you want.
I
No.
would be canceled within 10 minutes. Like
Yeah.
career over.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah, damn it!
Yeah, we get kicked off
Well,
Twitch.
it's not so bad that I usually do his packing for him because I don't want to hear it.
I usually do the packing. I run a lot
I zip
by.
up the suitcase. Yeah.
I run a
I'll
lot by.
roll it down the hallway and put it in the car.
How big? Like, I know it's only a few days, but will y'all judge me if I have like a big rolling suitcase?
I will. I will have a big rolling suitcase.
Great. Okay.
Oh,
Fantastic.
I thought you were saying you will judge
I will
her.
judge him.
Oh, no.
And honestly, to be
I
fair,
will.
I think I've established who I am.
I got you.
I don't think y'all expect anything else.
If you need a friend to sit on your suitcase to close it, you know, here.
Yep,
Oh, memories.
that was a time.
Oh boy.
Well, thanks everyone for being here. This was a heck of a fun time. I think, are we gonna raid somebody?
Yeah. There's Avantris, Jason Charles Miller, Perception Studios, Dork Tales. Let's see who else is on the tabletop.
Dork Tales are doing Vampire the Masquerade. How about we keep the
Cool.
Spooky to spooky.
Yeah, let's
going?
Spooky to spooky.
Yeah, TTRPG to
Say.
TTRPG.
A spook.
Spooky for spooky is like a specifically goth dating app. It sounds like.
Ah, we should do it.
I love
Either
it.
bite or don't bite. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
That's
I'm not
good.
remember
That's really good.
vampirefreaks.com, which was the goth version of MySpace.
Yeah, that still exists. So
Does it really? Is everyone
It's a
still in
clothing-
very,
it's a
very
clothing-
high contrast black and white pictures?
no, it's a clothing company for goth people.
Oh, then it is not the same thing.
Well, it is, but that's what it's developed into.
It's essentially the same thing. If you see another goth out in public, you're basically dating at that point.
Whoa.
That's how goths used to work at my high school. I know that was a microcosm. I just applied that to the world. So...
Oh, okay. I was like, haha, yes. Oh, Mike.
Yeah. Sometimes I just talk.
Making his observations.
Yeah, and I apply no logic to them at all.
Anyway, we're gonna go raid Dork Tales, who are playing Vampire the Masquerade, which is still a thing. So yeah, collect your 250 bonus channel points by staying in for the raid, and then spend it on our players tomorrow. Still weird. Still weird.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But still love it.
Yeah. Ashley, you want to take us out?
Yeah, I'll take us out how I always do, with a good old
Sing along.
sing along. Everybody, start now.
Hidey.
I was really hoping the timer for like the raid was just gonna come out like right there. I thought I could like vamp. for
Oh
that
no, we
time.
paused it. We paused it.
We
like,
were
for the
waiting
song.
for your music.
Oh, for the song?
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
we don't want to deprive our viewers
If we got
Of
like
this
10 seconds.
quality.
of the
Fine.
musical
That's what we're
accompaniment.
doing.
Well-rehearsed song.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Bye.
Like
highest
you
quality
always
content.
take us out.
Here we go again. Let's start in.
Five friends. Oh my god.